myth I hear about IBS is that fasting will cure it. If you've heard that before, I just need you to stop and hear this before you consider doing it. This advice is everywhere right now in the wellness space, and for people like you who already live with IBS and anxiety, this isn't just unhelpful, it can actually make your symptoms worse, not better, worse. This conversation is specifically for people who have IBS, particularly when it's driven by anxiety. I understand why the advice to fast might sound so appealing. If eating triggers your symptoms, then not eating feels like it should solve the problem. And some people do report feeling better during a fast because they're not experiencing immediate digestive symptoms. But that's not healing, that's avoidance. And there's a massive difference between the two. Let me explain what's actually happening in your body when you fast, especially when you already have anxiety-driven IBS. When you fast for long periods, especially when your nervous system is already sensitized, your body starts responding to the lack of food as a stressor. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between intentional fasting and actual food scarcity. It just registers that resources aren't coming in, and that triggers a stress response. Your body releases cortisol, your heart rate can increase, and your gut-brain communication gets even more heightened because your system is now on alert for two reasons: the anxiety you already have and the perceived threat of not having enough fuel. If you're someone who already skips breakfast before work out of fear, who doesn't eat during the day because you're terrified of a flare-up, or who relies on Imodium just to function, fasting isn't a healing protocol for you. It's just giving a name to what fear has already been making you do. And when restriction comes from fear rather than choice, it reinforces that anxiety loop. Your brain learns that not eating equals safety, which makes the idea of eating even more threatening. So when you do eventually eat, your gut is primed to react because your nervous system is screaming threat, threat, threat before food even reaches your stomach. There's also a rebound effect that happens when you break a fast. Your gut, which has been in a heightened state of alert, suddenly has to process food again. And if your nervous system hasn't calmed down, that food can trigger an even stronger reaction than if you'd been eating normally all along. This is especially true if you've been fasting out of anxiety rather than following a structured, evidence-based protocol under supervision. What your gut actually needs isn't more restriction. It needs your nervous system to stop perceiving eating as dangerous.